Hello everyone, and I'm back with my first collection video in quite some time. In this video I'm going to be going over my collection of Nintendo DS and Nintendo 3DS games. So I figure we'll get right into it with my DS collection. Starting off is one of my favorite DS games, Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. One of the first DS games I ever played, and the game that got me hooked on the Castlevania series. I absolutely love this game. It can get a bit tedious at times. Getting some of the souls can become a bit of a grind, but it's really not that bad. It's a really good game. The soundtrack is fantastic. The area design's really great. All in all, I think it's one of the better, adventure games, action RPGs, whatever, on the DS. And next up, Castlevania Portrait of Ruin. I still like this one quite a lot, but out of the three DS Castlevanias, I feel like it's my least favorite. It's fun. It just doesn't feel as unique as the other two, and by the end of the game, it's completely recycling areas. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I just still liked it quite a bit, just not as much as the other two. And lastly, we have Castlevania Order of Ecclesia? I was never sure how to pronounce it. Doesn't matter, this is my favorite Castlevania game, period, that I've played, and, I don't know, it seems like not a lot of other people seem to like it as much. I don't know. But I liked it quite a bit. It mixed, the challenge of the older games with sort of the adventure game kind of design of the other, DS, GBA, Symphony of the Night style titles, and, all in all, it was really good. Probably my favorite game on the DS. Kirby Squeak Squad. Basically the traditional Kirby game. It's really easy. It took me 2 days to complete. Really, it's a good game, but there are better games in the series. And Kirby Superstar Ultra, which is an absolutely fantastic game, another one of my favorite games on the DS. Just because of the variety that it offers, there are just so many different games within the game. It's a very fun, varied experience that I find myself going back to quite a bit. Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. Really good turn-based RPG, but it doesn't quite hold up to Superstar Saga on the GBA. I still like it, but I don't know, I feel like it's hard for a lot of the wrong reasons. I just don't like how in combat you can just get two-shotted by enemies, and it's all about memorizing their patterns. All in all, it's good, but if you're gonna skip one of the Mario RPGs, I would say make it this one. At least as far as I've played out of the Mario RPGs. Sonic Rush. All in all, I feel like this is Sonic Advance 2 done right. It takes sort of the really fast-paced, boost-driven gameplay, but it's actually really fun, really well-designed this time. I personally didn't care for Sonic Advance 2, but I feel like they really got that kind of gameplay right with this one. And ending off here, we have the first full DS game I ever got. Super Mario 64 DS. Still haven't played the original version, but, I'm perfectly happy with this one. It does play much better on the 3DS with the circle pad. It really plays, I honestly don't know how I played all the way through this on the original DS as a kid, because it controls horribly with the DS's directional pad. It's just, I don't know how I put up with it, but in any case, it's a fantastic game. Definitely worth checking out if you've got a 3DS and you're a big fan of the original, or just, you like a good 3D platformer. Now, getting into the 3DS games I own. Icarus Uprising. You know, it's really good. The default control scheme is just hand-crampingly awkward, but when you get used to it, it's not so bad. There is an alternate control set that I've been using now, where you can use the face buttons to aim the reticle, which is much, much better. It makes the game a lot more playable, and you can actually play it like a portable game. You don't have to rely on the stand for support when you're using the stylus to aim, but, you know, despite its flaws, this is definitely one of the better games on the 3DS so far. New Super Mario Bros. 2. You know, nothing spectacular. A lot of people really just tear these games apart for just being rehashes, and really they are, but they're still fun. Like, I've never played the Wii one. I used to have the original for DS, and this is basically the same game, but I just feel like, I don't know, the 3DS version feels a little like it controls a little smoother than the original DS one. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But, you know, it's fun. It's a good time waster. It's not it's not especially creative, but it's at least fun. And here we have Paper Mario Sticker Star. I just recently got into the Paper Mario series and decided to pick this up recently, and I feel kind of mixed about it, you know? It's a really cool, really creative kind of game. There's a lot to like about it, but there's also a lot that I really don't care for about it. Like, the sticker-based battle system is really creative, but at the same time, I feel like it's kind of flawed, because a lot of times, like, the boss fights rely on you bringing the one sticker they're weak against, or you just can't win, or you waste all your stickers beating them. Like, I haven't finished this yet. I don't know if I'm going to. You know, it's a really fun game, but I don't know if I can wholeheartedly recommend it. Resident Evil, the Mercenaries 3D. It's fun. I got it on sale for like $20. It's a very good handheld, like, arcade-style game. It's basically if you took the Mercenaries mode from Resident Evil 4 and made it its own portable game, which I think is great. I love the Mercenaries mode. But, you know, I can't, like, wholly recommend it, but if you can find it for cheap, sure. And here we have Resident Evil Revelations, which I think is, right now, the single best game on the 3DS. It's fantastic. Easily the best Resident Evil in years, one of the best Resident Evil games, period. And I am so happy that they're giving this a console re-release, because that'll mean that this more traditional, more horror-oriented Resident Evil will be getting a wider audience. Like, I have nothing against the more action-oriented ones, like 5 and 6, but I still think it would be cool if Capcom, like, shifted the series back in a more horror-oriented direction, and that seems like what they're doing with Revelations, which I think is fantastic. And lastly, we have Super Mario 3D Land, one of the first 3DS games I got, and I like it quite a bit. Apparently not a lot of people liked this one, but I thought it was pretty cool. Like, I thought it was, you know, not as, again, like New Super Mario Bros., not especially creative, but definitely really fun. Like, really neat levels to play through. Quite a bit of challenge in collecting all the star coins and doing the special worlds. You know, I really do think this is one of the better 3DS titles, and it's actually the one that I spent the most time on. I don't know, I find myself coming back to this game a lot more than I expected myself to. So, in any case, that was my DS and 3DS collection. Yeah, that's it.